What's up, YouTube? Today is the day before Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, even though you guys are going to see this video after Thanksgiving. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I wasn't going to do a video today, but then I was like, what the heck, why not? So I'm doing this video for you guys right now. It was the weirdest thing though, because I went to the dealership and nobody was there, and I've never seen it like that before, so it was a little eerie. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. Today, we're reviewing the 2023 Buick Envision Essence. Huge thank you to Felipe Portillo over at Koons, Tysons, Chevy, Buick GMC for allowing me to do this review for you guys today. If you guys are interested in this particular Envision or any GM product with the exception of Cadillac, I'll be sure to have Felipe's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. Before we get into the exterior and performance part of this video, I greatly appreciate it if each and every one of you guys would take a second to give this video a big thumbs up as well as hit that subscribe button. I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So I greatly appreciate it if you guys would take a second, give this video a thumbs up as well as hit that subscribe button. But with that out of the way, let's move into the exterior and performance. And like I said, this is a 2023 Buick Envision Essence, and this particular one has been painted in Summit White. With the Envision Essence, you do get LED headlights with IntelliBeam. IntelliBeam is essentially your automatic high beams. It's just a fancy way of saying that. You also do get LED daytime running lights right here. With the Envision Essence also, you do get a black grille with some chrome accents, so you can see the innards of the grille are black, and then you have this chrome surround, and then you have like these little chrome grille bars that go across the grille. At the center of the grille, you have your Buick emblem, and then taking a step back, you have two lower outer grilles just below your headlights. The outer grilles are black, and then you get a chrome surround. You can see, boom, chrome surround, black outer grille. You get your side marker light right here, and then just to the right of that is where you'll find your 18-inch wheels with a machined face and light gray pockets wrapped in 235/60 Continental Pro Contact TX tires. I'll give you guys a view of the tread pattern here real quick. That's what that pattern looks like. And then just behind the wheel and tire setup in the front is where you'll find your McPherson strut front suspension, and then in the rear you have a 5-link rear suspension. But back up to here, you get body color mirror caps. These mirrors are heated. The driver's side mirror is auto dimming with memory settings, but the driver's side exterior mirror is the only one that gets the auto dimming function. And then you have your blind spot monitoring obviously on the side view mirrors as well. Taking a look at the roof line, you get silver roof rails. Just below that you get chrome window trim. Then you get body color door handles with a chrome strip. I'll give you guys a closer look. Body color door handles, chrome strip, and then at the bottom you have your bright body side moldings, which are also chrome. GM calls it bright. That's your rear wheel and tire setup. Another side marker light. Then up top here again, you have your body color shark fin antenna, LED third brake light. You get your rear wiper blade, LED taillights, Buick emblem at the center of your power liftgate. Here is your rear view camera. Like I said, you do get a power liftgate. All you got to do is find your Buick emblem, put your hand under here, press on the little pad, and the power liftgate will open up. This is your max setting. And yeah, let's take a look at what's going on in here. LED light. You got a 12-volt power outlet on the driver's side of the trunk. Opening this up is where you'll find your 17-inch spare tire. Get a little storage cubby on the driver's side, and then a smaller storage cubby on the passenger side. You get a little ring right here, another ring right here for a cargo net or something of that sort. Pressing on that, the power liftgate will drop. You have 4 rear view sensors. You get some faux exhaust tips. So if you take a look right here, you can see this goes to nowhere. It just looks like a fake exhaust tip. Your exhaust dumps under the rear bumper. And then you also get 2 reflectors just below those faux exhaust tips. So you got a reflector here and another reflector on the passenger side as well. And then opening this up is where you will find your capless filler neck. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think of the 2023 Buick Envision Essence. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section down below. Not much has changed between the 2022 and 2023 model year, other than they added a couple different colors. But again, the Envision was redesigned in 2021, so 2 years later I wouldn't expect them to do another redesign. But let me know what you guys think of the 2023 Buick Envision Essence in the comment section down below. But with that said, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder that makes 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 7.3 seconds. And if you guys were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 22 miles per gallon in the city, 29 miles per gallon on the highway, for 25 miles per gallon combined with all-wheel drive. I think those are very good fuel economy numbers, especially considering that this is a decently sized SUV with all-wheel drive. But if you guys are enjoying the video so far today, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button like I preached to you guys at the beginning of this video. I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without the help of you guys. So I greatly appreciate it if you guys would give this video a big thumbs up, as well as hit that subscribe button. But let's move into the interior. Moving into the interior, this is a 2023 model year vehicle after all, so all you got to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, press on this button on the driver's side door handle, and the vehicle will unlock. You can also lock the vehicle by pressing on that button as well, and that button can be found on all 4 door handles. But one thing I wanted to show you guys that has to do with the key fob before we move into the interior is that this does have remote start. So all you got to do is press that lock button and then press the button right under the lock button twice, and the vehicle will fire up. You also do have a button right here to open up your power lift gate as well. But let's move into the interior, and I'm actually going to turn it off just for audio's sake. So taking a look at the driver's side door panel, you get some faux carbon fiber trim, aluminum door handle, unlock and lock buttons, 2 memory seat adjustment settings, which also include your side view mirror settings. And then you get a nicely padded armrest, and it is leather wrapped with some accent colored stitching, automatic up and down windows in the front. You only get automatic down windows in the rear. Power mirror controls up here. Pressing on this button will lock the window privileges to your passengers, as well as down here, this is your power lift gate button. So if I press on that, it will open up to its fullest extent. So you can see it's on max. Flip that down once, now it'll only open up 3/4 of the way. And then if I twist it all the way to off, it will obviously not open up automatically. You'll have to do it manually. I would personally leave it on max. And then you get a little bit of miscellaneous storage at the bottom of your driver's side door panel. 8-way power driver seat, 8-way power passenger seat. You can see you get some perforated leather, even though these front seats are not ventilated, they are heated only. I really like the styling of the seats, and I think they look fantastic. This particular Envision Essence has literally one option, and that one option is a $75 cargo net. So this is pretty much the base model Envision Essence. So this literally has no options on it other than the $75 cargo net. So keep that in mind, and we'll start over here, and then we'll work our way to those rear seats. So if I press on this button, this will brighten and or dim my backlit gauges as well as my backlit buttons. This is your headlight control stalk. So right now we're in headlights automatic. If I want to turn headlights automatic off, I can twist it to the left, and then my headlights automatic turns off. If I want my daytime running lights on, twist this once to the right, and that is daytime running lights on. If I want my headlights on all the time, I twist it all the way to the right, and that is headlights always on. You can hear the headlights are on because it's beeping at me. And yeah, but let's close that door and fire up the Envision Essence. So like I said, you get keyless access, so you also do get push button start. Push your foot down on the brake, make sure the key fob is in the interior, and push to start. You can hear that 2-liter turbo 4 roar to life. Pressing on this button will turn IntelliBeam on or off, which is your automatic high beams, and this is also your turn signal stalk. So let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what your turn signal sounds like. It doesn't really sound like any other GM turn signal that I've heard. And then over here, you have your windshield wiper stalk. This end piece right here controls your rear wiper blade, and then the rest of this stalk is for your front windshield, and as well as your rear windshield. If you push forward like this, that will wash the rear windshield. You also do get paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. So this is your downshift lever. This is your upshift paddle, excuse me. And then just behind your steering wheel, you have these buttons. So these are your tuning buttons, which are on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. And then over here are your volume buttons. So this is volume up, this is volume down, and this is on the right-hand side of your steering wheel. You get a nice leather wrapped steering wheel, and the steering wheel is heated. This is your heated steering wheel button. You can see that it turns on. You get an amber light right over there. You got your cruise control settings on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, and then on the right-hand side of the steering wheel, you have these controls to control your 8-inch productivity screen down in there. This is to speak to the vehicle and or pick up on a phone call, and this is to hang up on a phone call. Let's take a listen to that horn really quick. that is what your horn sounds like. But let's move into our gauge cluster. So you have an analog RPM gauge on the left-hand side of your gauge cluster, as well as your fuel gauge. And then on the right-hand side of your gauge cluster, you have your analog speedometer, as well as your coolant temperature gauge. And then at the center, again, you have your 8-inch productivity screen. So you can see right now we're in 2-wheel drive, as well as the ambient exterior temperature is 59. That lets us know that we have cruise control on. That is our digital speedometer readout. That lets us know we're pointing west, and that is the current time. Right now we're in demo mode, so I'm going to click into here and continue so I can access this screen. So right now we can access the screen. So this little scroll knob, as well as these 2 buttons, control your productivity screen. So if I press back here, we can go in between our info. Press 1 to the right, that brings us into our audio stuff. 1 more to the right, that is our compass, then our phone, then our settings. Let's go throughout our info stuff. So right now this is like fuel economy stuff, average speed, blah, blah, blah. We'll click down once. That's oil life, tire pressure, air filter life, driver assistance, battery voltage, blank page, info page options. This is probably what I would leave it in personally. That is our fuel range, so 54 miles to empty. That's the odometer. You can see we have 11 miles on this vehicle, and then that red P right there lets us know that we are in park. So yeah, that's about it for that digital gauge cluster. Just to the right of that digital gauge cluster is where you will find your 10.2-inch infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. This is your volume knob. This is your tuning knob, and you can also control this screen with this knob as well. So right now you can see it's lit up in orange. If I twist this to the right, that goes us into phone. So you can see if I twist this, it can control the screen. So I'm twisting to the left, boom, left, boom, right, boom, boom. So you can see I can also control the screen by pressing on that button. So right now we have climate highlighted in that orange. So if I press this check mark, it will bring me into my climate screen. You also have a home button, so that will bring you to your home screen. I'm going to turn the climate off though. So you got audio stuff, phone stuff. This is a Wi-Fi hotspot capable vehicle. You can go in between your different users, settings, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Like I said, both of those are wireless. You can go between your different apps, OnStar services, air quality, climate, Sirius XM, and My Buick, where you can set service appointments. And then you also have some more redundant buttons down here. Ambient exterior temperature, that is the clock, and I believe this has to do with the air filter. So we'll go to air quality, and you can see right now the air quality is good, and it lets you know that it is good down here because that is in green. And yeah, that's about it for that screen. So there are 3 different trim levels that you can get with the Buick Envision, and those include the Preferred, the Essence, and the Avenir. This one is the Essence, so this is the middle of the road Envision. You can get like a sport touring Envision, which gives you black wheels, different kind of suspension and stuff, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. But you can obviously also get options with the Essence trim level to make this pretty much a fully loaded vehicle. But like I said, this one pretty much has 0 options on it besides that $75 cargo net. So you get 2 HVAC vents right here. This is your hazard button, so you can see the hazards are on. And then down here you have your climate control stack. You get your heated seats. But this particular Envision Essence does have a $50 credit because this does not have heated front seats, but that does include a later retrofit, so that it has to do with the chip shortage. This also has a $50 credit for no rear park assist. That also includes later retrofit, also due to the chip shortage. A couple other things that I wanted to read off to you guys right now that have to do with this particular Envision Essence. The way that this one is spec'd is that this does have active noise cancellation, as well as a 7-speaker sound system with amplifier. It is a Wi-Fi capable vehicle, and you get a heated steering wheel. So pretty nice, considering that this has 0 options on it. I might move out of the sunlight because it's kind of bothering me. It's getting a little hot, and I think it's messing with the camera a bit. So I'm gonna move over to here, and that is much better. So you can see you do have a push button transmission, so you got to push to go into park, pull back to go into reverse, push to go into neutral, and pull back again to go into drive. And then once you're in drive, you can press M, which brings you into manual mode, and you can upshift and or downshift with the paddles mounted behind your steering wheel. But back over to here, slide this thing forward, and you will find a USB-A port, a USB-C port, and a 12-volt power outlet. Boom. And then you got to good spot. You can set your phone down here as well. This is auto stop start on or off. This is hill descent control on or off. This is your lane keeping system on or off. And then this is traction control on or off. And then this is your rear park assist on or off. Like I said, rear park assist is not on this vehicle. I mean, it is optioned on this vehicle standard. However, it includes a later retrofit, and that is why you get that $50 credit. So you can see when I press that, it does nothing. But push button transmission, you got 2 cup holders up top here. This is your electronic parking brake, and then this is your drive mode button. So if I press on that, you can go in between your different drive modes. So there's Tour, all-wheel drive, sport, and off-road. I personally would leave it in Tour. You're going to get the best fuel economy in Tour because it leaves it all-time 2-wheel drive or all-time front-wheel drive. And then opening this up, you got your center console, and you got actually a very good amount of storage space down in here. You can see it opens up with 2 things on each side, but this is also nicely padded, leather wrapped, and it's got accent colored stitching in white. Down here you have storage space that goes all the way through. So I'm reaching from the passenger side, you can see it goes all the way through. So see-through storage down here, and actually a good amount of storage space down there for pens, whatever you want to put down there that's, you know, probably like a foot by a foot. Good amount of storage space right down here. These seats are also very, very comfortable as well, in my personal opinion. I find that they're very nicely cushioned. But up top here, auto dimming rearview mirror. You get your OnStar stuff up top here. This lets you know if your passenger airbag is on or off. This is your driver light. This is your passenger light. Boom, boom. And then if I click on this, you can see it says off. If I press that, now when I open up the doors, the interior lights will not turn on. If I press this button again, boom, now that amber light is away. Now when I open up the doors, the interior lights will turn on. So that's what that does. And then also, if you guys want to turn the interior dome lights on or off by yourself, that is what this button here is for. So if I press on that, all the interior dome lights turn on with the push of that button. Press that again and they will all turn back off. Let's take a look at our visors. So you get a vanity mirror with 2 vanity lights. And then what I also like about the visors, not only is that you have this little clip right here for your parking ticket. So, you know, you pull into a parking garage, they give you that little parking ticket. You can set it up here so you don't forget about it when you leave. You can grab it when you leave, give it to the kiosk guy, and then you don't have to worry about, you know, losing that. And then you can also set business cards, registration, money, whatever you want to put in there. And then one more thing is that, let's see if these things slide, which it looks like they do. So boom, if there's sun right over here, you can block the sun because this is a sliding visor. So very, very nice. And then the passenger's visor does the exact same thing. So you can see clip and vanity mirror with 2 vanity lights. They also get an O-Poop handle. The driver gets an O-Poop handle. That is your Bluetooth mic pickup for your Bluetooth phone. Same for the passenger side. You can see you get one of those as well. And then opening this up, you got your glove box, which has a good amount of storage space down in there. Keep in mind, this is not a locking glove box, but you can fit your owner's manual, napkins, straws, snacks, whatever you want to put in there. It should fit. And then the passenger side door panel looks pretty much the exact same as the driver's side door panel. You get an HVAC vent over there. And then up top here, you got 2 more HVAC vents that you can either turn off or on, depending which one you want. Left is off, right is on. It was off, so I'm going to leave it off. And then boom, right up top here, this has to do with your safety stuff. So if you're coming up on a vehicle too fast, that will flash red and let you know, hey man, you have to slam on the brakes. But I do want to read a couple features to you guys right now before we move into those rear seats. So bear with me here for a second. So I will throw some safety and security features on the screen right now for you guys to read along with me. So this does have enhanced Buick driver confidence, which includes IntelliBeam, which is your automatic high beams, as well as automatic emergency braking. It has front pedestrian braking, forward collision alert, following distance indicator, lane keep assist with lane departure warning, rear cross traffic alert, lane change alert with blind spot monitoring, HD rear vision camera, as well as teen driver. I'll throw the rest of the window sticker on screen. You guys can take a look at what this vehicle has on it. And with the rest of the window sticker on screen, let's talk about the MSRP. So the MSRP of this particular 2023 Envision Essence is $40,670. Let me know what you guys think of that price in the comment section down below. I think that's a great price, especially considering, you know, this doesn't have all the different options that you can get, like a 360-degree view camera, you know, that kind of stuff, or the panoramic sunroof. This has literally 0 options besides the $75 cargo net. Literally 0 options, and you can see how nicely equipped that it is, even with 0 options. So still a very, very comfortable vehicle. If you guys are looking to spend around $40,000 on a vehicle, I would highly suggest, you know, going to take a look at the Envision Essence. It's actually very, very nice. Even with 0 options, it still has plenty of features, and my favorite being the wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. I mean, who really uses the built-in navigation these days? All you got to do is connect your phone Bluetooth to the infotainment system, and then you have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and you can bring up your Waze on screen. You can bring up your Google Maps on screen. So that's a very, very nice feature. So I really think that you can skip the built-in navigation. The only other option that I probably would want to get, and I believe this comes in some sort of package, is the Bose sound system. I believe you can get a 9-speaker Bose sound system on this, and that's probably the option that I personally would opt for. That's really the only other thing that I really care about. And then maybe another thing that I would get is the 360-degree view camera. But just keep in mind, once you start adding these different options, then it's like boom, 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 and then it adds up. Then you're spending $5,000 more than you originally intended because you wanted those extra few options. So like I said, this is actually very nicely equipped. You get the memory seating that also includes your side view mirrors, memory. So it's a very nice vehicle for those of you guys who are budget conscientious and you want to spend about $40,000 on a vehicle. Very, very nice. I suggest you guys go out and take a look at one. But I do want to show you guys what's going on in these rear seats before we move on to the driving portion of the video. And let's take a look at the rear door panel. So you can see this part of the door panel is leather wrapped with some accent colored stitching. You also get a leather wrapped armrest with some more accent colored stitching. Like I mentioned to you guys at the front, you only get automatic down windows in the rear. You do not get automatic up windows in the rear. Aluminum door handle, some more of that faux carbon fiber trim. You get some more aluminum trim, and then some miscellaneous storage at the bottom of the door panel. But these are what your rear seats look like. Again, they look very similar to the front. You get that perforated leather that goes down the center of the seat. You get some nice piping, you get some nice accent colored stitching, and you actually have a good amount of bolstering, surprisingly, here for your rear passengers. So let's take a look at what's going on back here. You get 2 HVAC vents, you get a USB-C port as well as a USB-A port, seat back pocket behind the driver's seat, another seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. You get your dome lights up top here, get an OPU panel as well as a Bluetooth mic pickup, another OPU panel and another Bluetooth mic pickup, as well as a spot you can set your dry cleaning. And I think I pointed this out, but you get the dome lights, and then you have a center fold down armrest with 2 cup holders. This is also nicely padded and leather wrapped. I am sitting behind myself. I'm 5'9". You can see I've got good amount of leg room, good amount of knee room, and actually a very good amount of headroom as well. So this is me sitting behind myself. I still have plenty of room. So I think if you're 6'2", 6'3", I don't think you would have a problem sitting behind me here in these rear seats. So actually a very spacious vehicle, unlike what you would think of it being on the outside. So you take a look at this thing from the outside, you're probably like, that thing's probably pretty cramped on the inside, but it is not. It's actually very, very comfortable. But you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing is like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, guys, and now on to the driving portion of the review, and we're going to go a little bit of a different way today, a shorter cruise than we normally do, because it's the day before Thanksgiving. There are literally so many people on the roads right now that I just don't feel like dealing with it. So we're going to go a shorter way, and I'm just gonna try to make this thing as concise as possible with the shorter amount of time that we have on this part of the video. So going over these bumps, this thing handles bumps so well. The suspension on this is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, literally it drives over bumps so well. And I also really like the driving position in this thing. I don't feel like I sit too high, I don't feel like I sit too low. I feel like I sit perfectly in this vehicle. Another thing that I wanted to mention is how quiet it is in here, as this does have active noise cancellation, and I mean, it's just so quiet on the drive, and it's just a really comfortable daily driver. So very easy to drive because it's a smaller vehicle, so it's not huge, kind of like that Lexus RX 350. That thing's a lot bigger than this, and this thing, even with being small and you know, looking small from the exterior, it still has a very good amount of legroom in those rear seats, even sitting behind myself. So don't worry about like this thing being too small for your rear passengers or your different passengers or yourself with your dog. You know, it actually has a very good amount of space here for your passengers as well as for the driver or for your dog. Very good amount of space here on the interior. Another thing that I wanted to mention is the low end power of this engine is absolutely phenomenal. And I know 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque in today's world doesn't sound like a whole lot, but you got to take into account that this is a smaller vehicle. So with that kind of power, this thing really does move out of its own way. And I just last week did a video with a Subaru Outback, and those things are actually a lot bigger than this Buick Envision is, and that thing had a lot, oh, I think that's a Range Rover Sport SVR. It looks phenomenal. But the Subaru Outback is a bigger vehicle, and it made about, you know, I think that'd be like 40 horsepower less. So it's a bigger vehicle, less horsepower. Even though that did get a little bit better fuel economy than this thing did, this thing's definitely a lot peppier, and you can tell that it's a lot peppier. And one thing that I like about GM vehicles that are on this platform is that you can adjust in between if you want to be in two-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and then it's got your different drive modes. So that's one thing I really like. I like how you can turn all-wheel drive on and leave all-wheel drive on. So let's say, you know, you're driving in the snow, you want to put it in all-wheel drive because it's just going to handle better in the snow with all-wheel drive on, as opposed to Tour, which has your only your two front wheels in action. And then I also like how you can just press this button and throw it into sport mode. So pretty cool, very, very easy to do. Literally all you do is press on this button and it will bring you in between your different drive modes. I would suggest leaving it in Tour on a day like today, unless you want to, you know, do some sporty driving, because you're going to get a lot better fuel economy in Tour as compared to all-wheel drive mode or sport mode. Sport mode's going to, you know, wind the gears out. It's going to keep it in a higher RPM range, so you obviously have better throttle response and better, you know, stuff like that for sporty driving. Whereas in Tour mode, it's literally just like a comfort mode or a regular mode. It's going to try to get the best fuel economy that it possibly can. And even in Tour mode, it still has good throttle response. It's still eager to downshift when you want it to be, but it's a good happy medium in between eco-friendly driving and, you know, normal day-to-day traffic where you don't want to have to floor it in order to pass a car. So Tour mode, phenomenal. Ride, phenomenal. Suspension is fantastic. Handling is also very, very good for this vehicle as well. Obviously, you know, the steering feel, you know, it's pretty numb, but this also isn't like a Camaro ZL1. This is going to be your daily driver to get you from work to home, from picking up the kids or picking up the dog, whatever. It's phenomenal. Very, very easy to drive because it has numb steering, so you can literally drive this thing with one finger, no problem. So very, very easy to drive, very easy to park. So even though I did recommend getting the 360-degree view camera, you don't really need it because this is a smaller vehicle and it feels very, very easy to park. And it is very, very easy to park. It's very easy to zip in between traffic. I didn't do that, but, you know, I can tell that it's very easy to zip in between traffic because it's got the power and it's also smaller, so you can fit into those smaller gaps in traffic and stuff like that. So I really like this vehicle. I think it's a phenomenal daily driver. It's a great size for those of you guys who maybe live in a city, or you do some more town driving where there's a lot of vehicles and stuff. You do a lot of parking and parking garages. This is just very, very easy to maneuver through parking garages, through traffic and stuff like that. So I definitely like this vehicle. I definitely recommend, at least if you guys are looking at one of these vehicles, go out and test drive one. I think you guys will feel the same way that I do about it. It's just a phenomenal ride, very, very comfortable seats, and just an overall really nice vehicle for the money. So that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys would, please help me get to my goal. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, but I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.